Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit. We're continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another of the lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the daily office lectionary. And I thought today for Saturday, let's take a look back, jump back into St. John's Gospel. We're at chapter number 4, beginning at verse number 43. Now, after 2 days, he departed thence and went into Galilee. And Jesus himself testified that a prophet hath no honor in his own country. Then when he was come into Galilee, the Galileans received him, having seen all the things that he did at Jerusalem at the feast, for they also went unto the feast. So Jesus came again into Cana of Galilee, where he made the water wine. And there was a certain nobleman whose son was sick at Capernaum. When he heard that Jesus was come out of Judea into Galilee, he went unto him and besought him that he would come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Then said Jesus unto him, Except ye see signs and wonders, ye will not believe. The nobleman saith unto him, Sir, come down, ere my child die. Jesus saith unto him, Go thy way, thy son liveth. And the man believed the word that Jesus had spoken unto him, and he went his way. And when he was now gone down, the servants met him and told him, saying, Thy son liveth. Then inquired he of them the hour when he began to amend, and they said unto him, Yesterday at the 7th hour the fever left him. So the father knew that this was the same hour in the which Jesus said unto him, Thy son liveth. And himself believed, and his whole house. This is again the second miracle that Jesus did when he was come out of Judea into Galilee. Okay, so remember, Israel's divided into two countries. There's actually the 10 tribes of Israel, and Judea is the region surrounding Jerusalem. And of course, he was out in the Samaritan part of the region. He's now coming through Galilee, where he is from. Nazareth is this area. And he says this important thing. He says that a prophet hath no honor in his own country. And, you know, I think this is one of those things that's so easy for us to prove once again. You know, somebody comes out of a life that perhaps is not perfect. Somebody comes out of a life where you're just used to them being, you know, Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Mary Jane, or Susie, who we knew running around on the block and going to school and all that other stuff. Suddenly God uses them in a particular miraculous way. And the first thought is, could this really be true about Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Mary Jane, or Susie? Because the familiarity that they have, it's hard for them to adjust in their brains that this person may in fact have a prophetic ministry and mission, that God has chosen them for something extraordinary. Add to that, of course, now here's Jesus Christ, right? He's the second person of the Holy Trinity. But for the people that grew up around him, he was Joseph's son. I didn't know he was actually a stepson, that this was Joseph's son. This is the carpenter's son. And so it's hard for them to receive this teaching. Now, but it says some of them went down to Jerusalem and they heard the teaching, right? And others were at the wedding at Cana of Galilee and saw the miracle of the wine. But here is this one man who comes with a need for his son's healing, and Jesus is able to heal just without even touching. I mean, we'll see throughout the different gospels, sometimes Jesus touches, sometimes he puts fingers in ears, and he touches tongues. Other times he just stops the bier that's carrying the body or tells the little girl to just arise, and they come back to life. But in this case, Jesus, there's no physical touch of this. Jesus just says, Go, your son will be well. And because the man believes, because of his faith, the miracle happens, right? He finds out that at the moment that Jesus said, Your son will live, that moment is when the son started to recover. So Jesus will work miracles for us in all sorts of ways. And sometimes the answer is no and not right now, when we hate that answer. But you know, if we just remain faithful, God has a big picture plan for us. So today is Saturday. We're getting ready for worship. Tomorrow at St. John's Church, there's no public worship here at St. John's today. But of course, I hope you are saying your prayers as we do every day. Pray for each other, pray for the church, pray for St. John's, pray for Father Kelly, and know that I am praying for you as well. And we'll see you tomorrow in church, 7:30 morning prayer, 8 o'clock Holy Communion, 10 o'clock Holy Communion, and 5:30 evening prayer with the opportunity to receive communion. And I hope your Saturday is full of blessings.